The sun hung lazily over the sky, casting its golden rays on the dusty streets of Amiki village. The smell of roasted corn and burning firewood filled the air as children ran around playing with sticks and old car tires. Among them was Jennifer, a bright-eyed 14-year-old girl with big dreams, but little understanding of the world's dangers. Jennifer's parents, Papa and Mama Chica, were simple farmers. They had always struggled to provide for their children, and when an opportunity came for Jennifer to move to Port Harcourt to live with her aunt, they saw it as a blessing. "Jennifer, my daughter, city life is different from here. You must listen to your Auntie Rose and never trust strangers, especially men who give gifts for no reason," her mother warned, tightening the wrapper around her waist. "Yes, Mama, I will be careful," Jennifer responded innocently, excitement bubbling in her voice. Jennifer's father, a man of few words, simply nodded as he handed her a small bag containing her clothes, a Bible, and the little money they could spare. "Go well, my daughter. Make us proud." With that, Jennifer boarded a rusty old bus heading for Port Harcourt. As the vehicle coughed and groaned down the long, bumpy road, Jennifer looked out the window, her heart swelling with hope. She had heard stories of the big city, the tall buildings, the bright lights, the opportunities, but nobody told her about the dangers lurking in the shadows. Little did she know that this journey would change her life forever. Port Harcourt was nothing like Amiki. The streets were crowded with cars and yellow-painted buses, their horns blaring endlessly. People rushed from place to place, minding their business. The smell of fried plantain and engine smoke mixed in the air, making Jennifer dizzy. Auntie Rose lived in a small one-room apartment in a densely populated part of town. She worked as a market woman, selling vegetables from morning till night. Life wasn't easy for her, and Jennifer quickly learned that she had to pull her weight to survive. "This is not your father's house, Jennifer. You must learn to work hard if you want to eat," Auntie Rose said sternly, handing Jennifer a broom and a bucket of water. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Jennifer soon got used to waking up early to fetch water, clean the house, and sometimes help her aunt at the market. But life in the city was lonely. Unlike the village, where everyone knew each other, here, nobody cared. Jennifer wished she could go back home, but she knew her parents had sent her here for a better future. Then, one day, everything changed. Jennifer met Uncle Henry. Uncle Henry was a rich businessman, or so he claimed. He drove a big black car, wore expensive clothes, and always had a sweet smile whenever he saw Jennifer. He first noticed her when she was carrying a heavy basket of tomatoes at the market. Such a young, beautiful girl doing this kind of hard work. Where is your mother?" he asked, his voice smooth like butter. Jennifer hesitated before replying. "My aunt is at the shop. I help her sometimes." Uncle Henry nodded, his gold wristwatch flashing under the sun. "A hard-working girl, that is good, but don't you want an easier life?" That question stayed with Jennifer long after he left. An easier life? From that day, Uncle Henry always came around, offering Jennifer small gifts, a bottle of soft drink, a plate of fried rice, or even a little money to buy things for herself. At first, she refused, remembering her mother's warning. "Jennifer, never trust men who give gifts for no reason." But as time passed, hunger and hardship made her lower her guard. One day, Uncle Henry offered her a ride home. That was the day Jennifer took the first step into a life she never imagined. Jennifer hesitated for a moment before stepping into Uncle Henry's big black car. The seats were soft like sponge, and the air inside smelled of expensive perfume. "Relax, my dear. You deserve to be treated like a queen," Uncle Henry said, flashing his perfect white teeth as he started the engine. Jennifer had never been inside a car like this before. In her village, people either walked or squeezed inside kiki, tricycles. "So tell me, Jenny, do you like suffering?" Uncle Henry asked as he drove. "No, sir," Jennifer responded shyly. "Then why are you stressing yourself? Look at you, such a fine girl working like a housemaid. You deserve soft life." Jennifer smiled a little, feeling special for the first time. When they got to her street, she tried to open the door, but Uncle Henry gently touched her hand. "Take this," he said, handing her a crisp 5,000 naira note. Jennifer's eyes widened. She had never held such an amount in her life. "Buy yourself something nice, and if you ever need anything, call me," he said, slipping a small paper with his number into her hand. That night, Jennifer lay on her small mattress, staring at the money. She thought about all the things she could buy: a new dress, slippers, maybe even some food, so her aunt wouldn't complain about her eating too much. "Just this once," she whispered to herself. The next day, she used part of the money to buy fried rice and chicken. She had never eaten such delicious food before. For the first time since she came to Port Harcourt, she felt happy. And so, it began. Jennifer started seeing Uncle Henry more often. He would send her money, take her out to fancy places, and treat her like a princess. But every gift came with a price. Auntie Rose noticed the changes in Jennifer. "Where did you get that new dress?" she asked one evening, eyes sharp like a hawk. "A friend gave it to me," Jennifer lied. Her aunt eyed her suspiciously, but said nothing. As the weeks passed, Jennifer stopped helping at the market. She spent most of her time talking to Uncle Henry on the phone, giggling at his sweet words. "Baby girl, I want to take care of you, but you have to promise to be mine alone," he would say. Jennifer didn't fully understand what he meant, but she enjoyed the attention. No one had ever made her feel this special. Then one day, Uncle Henry took her to a big hotel. "Let's just relax," he said, leading her inside a beautiful room with a big, soft bed. Jennifer felt nervous, but Uncle Henry smiled and handed her a cold bottle of malt and some meat pie. "Just enjoy yourself," he said. One thing led to another, and that night, Jennifer lost something she could never get back. Jennifer didn't tell anyone what happened. She continued seeing Uncle Henry, believing he truly loved her. But a few months later, her body started changing. She felt tired all the time, her clothes became tight, and worst of all, she started throwing up every morning. One day, while washing plates, Auntie Rose noticed. "Jennifer, what is wrong with you? Are you sick?" she asked, hands on her waist. "No, Ma," Jennifer whispered. But that evening, as she lay on her mat, she placed a hand on her stomach. Something was wrong. 1 week later, she visited a chemist, local pharmacist, with a friend. "Auntie, I think I have malaria," she said shyly. The chemist looked at her closely. "Malaria? When last did you see your period?" Jennifer froze. "My period?" she stammered. The woman sighed and handed her a pregnancy test kit. "Go and check. I hope it's not what I'm thinking." Jennifer's hands shook as she entered the small toilet at the back of the chemist's shop. She followed the instructions, and within minutes, 2 red lines appeared on the strip. Positive. Jennifer was pregnant. She collapsed on the floor, her heart pounding like a village drum. "This cannot be happening. What will I do?" Jennifer ran home that evening, her mind spinning. She needed to tell Uncle Henry. She called him, her fingers trembling. "Baby, I need to see you. It's urgent," she said, her voice barely a whisper. Uncle Henry agreed to meet her the next day. When they met, Jennifer broke the news. "I'm pregnant," she said, tears filling her eyes. Uncle Henry's smile vanished instantly. "Pregnant? Are you mad? Who sent you to get pregnant?" he barked. Jennifer flinched. "But it's yours," she stammered. Uncle Henry laughed bitterly. "Me? Do I look like a fool? I am a married man with children. Find whoever got you pregnant and leave me out of it." Jennifer felt her world collapse. "But you said you loved me," she whispered. "Love? My dear, I was just helping you small. You self, you enjoyed it. Now carry your problem and go." He walked away, leaving Jennifer shaking like a leaf in the wind. She was alone, she was pregnant, and she had nowhere to go. Jennifer tried to hide her pregnancy, but as her stomach grew bigger and bigger, Auntie Rose found out. "You this useless girl, so this is what you've been doing in my house," she screamed, dragging Jennifer by the ear. "Who is the father?" Jennifer couldn't answer. Auntie Rose didn't wait for a response. She chased Jennifer out of the house, throwing her small bag after her. "Go back to your village. I cannot feed a disgrace like you." Jennifer stood on the street, tears pouring down her face. She had nowhere to go. She had no money. She had a baby growing inside her. Jennifer's story is not over yet. What happens next? Find out in part 2.